look at the video and the beginning, not the beginning, but the title of this video, and you can pretty much figure out where I'm going. Let me just say this, just to make this real to you. I'd like to thank the Heavenly for the opportunity to be able to see you guys. Hope everybody is doing well and great. And this is going to be one of my 3 videos I'm going to be doing real quick because I have a little time. I got up early. We'll never know because I have a watch on, right? And I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about what I'm going to talk about now. Then I want to talk about my new guitar. And then I want to talk about some fragrances. There you go. So I was thinking as I was listening to some meditation type vibe in this morning. And I was saying to myself, he had said something. And I was like, something about the light. But then it just something else came in my mind. And I started hearing moving on up. No, he said something about moving towards something. And I heard, then all of a sudden popped in my mind, moving on up to the top, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. And then it reminded me, oh, that's the Jeffersons. And then I thought to it, I said, well, wow. See, even back then, the most we could move up to was a deluxe apartment in the sky. It wasn't like a nice crib in the burbs. They came way later when Bill Cosby came around, right? Until we started getting some kind of, you know what I mean? Because Bill Cosby was not going to be living in a deluxe apartment in the sky, right? So I'm like, Dad, think about it. Way back then, we were conditioned. In my era, this would be in my era. People just a little less than 40 maybe wouldn't have really been checking us out unless they're getting reruns. But this is what they do to us, right? They condition us. They put us in a deluxe apartment in the sky, right? Deluxe apartment. That's all we can get. My man owned the cleaners, right? Kind of juxtapose that. My dad worked in the cleaners all his life. He was a tailor and he was a presser. All his life, that's what he did. That's where I get my cleaners from, because I was always clean. Growing up, my dad used to take our clothes to the cleaners, hook them joints up. If they need to be hemmed, sewn, he would do that. That's what he did. He was a tailor, and he worked in the cleaners, pressing clothes. That's what he did all his life, 25 years. And I was like, dang. So George Jefferson owned the cleaners, a couple of cleaners, in New York. So he came out the hood to a deluxe apartment in the sky. So he has a wife, he has children, but he gotta have a maid. Now, what kind of maid are we gonna give this guy who came out the hood to a deluxe apartment in the sky? Will she be a Caucasian maid? Absolutely not. No, it's gonna be Mrs. Flappermouth, which is a crazy that she took that part too. That whole fiasco shouldn't even have happened. That whole fiasco, I said fiasco because it was like a fiasco. That whole fiasco should have never happened, man. We gotta stop selling out to these elites and these governments, because the government is involved in this mind washing and brainwashing every day. They do it every day. They do it through social media. They do it through bring you in and make you happy and make you sad. Tell you about death. They tell you we're gonna give you some money. Then we tell you about the China virus, and they tell you about the vaccine, but now the vaccine ain't working. They do this all day because they know black folk can't keep up. I'm sorry, man. Black folk, you can't keep up with all that. You've been conditioned. Fred Sanford, trying to make it to the deluxe apartment in the sky, but all he can have is a freaking junkyard full of junk. Every now and then you might find something, right? But let's go back to Weezy and George and the maid again. See, sometimes I stray off, and if nobody responding back to me, so I get lost. But I'm gonna come back. No, he did not get a Caucasian maid in a deluxe apartment in the sky. He got a mouthy, defiant, one act like she loved him, but didn't really, except when she was on his back doing, was that Weezy or was that her? Flo. No, he got a big mouth, talk back to this guy who done made to a deluxe apartment in the sky with his family, and they give him a maid that talks back to him and disrespects him. Most of the time. How many most of the time? Even though she claimed she loved him, she disrespected him. At least 95% of the time, she was disrespecting him, talking back to him. He had no control over his own life in his deluxe apartment in the sky. That is so confusing. You give me a deluxe apartment in the sky on a show, showing that we made it. We get Booker No, Booker is on Good Times. Where's Good Times? Not a deluxe apartment in the sky, but in the hood in the sky. So we went from Sanford and Son to a junkyard. Then we went to Good Times in the hood. And then we went to, let's step it up, deluxe apartment in the sky. But in between that, we got Archie Bunker, who's a racist, right? And George Jefferson is there first before he gets an apartment in the sky. And they're still doing it to this day. Norman Lear is dead. Everybody who was involved in that, who wrote that garbage, is dead. And the government gotta let it come on TV, right? So the government ain't trying to speak up and help out the black folk. Nah, we ain't gonna get into it, man. That's kind of disrespectful. That not only we brought him out the junkyard to a dealer's apartment in the sky, but then we give him a black maid who disrespects him 99% of the time that he's there. And they still doing the same thing. But now the culture is different. 2 generations from that, we got disrespectful children doing whatever they want. We got parents twerking with their own child on freaking Facebook. Y'all kind of people making themselves gods, want to be gods. Every 5 minutes they showing themselves in pictures. Here, there, to and fro. Maybe supporting, or maybe promoting something, or maybe just want to show themselves. I ain't even look at Love and Hip Hop. I wouldn't even touch that with a 10-foot pole. I ain't even bother. I ain't bothered, DW. They ain't bothered with it. See, my mind a long time ago knew what to leave alone and what to put myself in. I'm a documentary dyke. I'm looking for facts all the time. All I do is documentaries. That's what I do. It's all garbage. And he's still giving us garbage. They're giving us garbage by putting us on YouTube and Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm trying to do positive stuff. I'm not acting a fool. I'm not taking funny pictures. I'm not doing that. I'm not TikToking. I'm not lick-locking. I ain't doing none of that, man. If my stuff, and Miss Dakota, if I put stuff on the web, it's going to be trying to give you information. Whether it's music, whether it's fragrances, whether me just talking, politics, whatever it is. It's not going to be junk. Black folk have been led down the pipe all day, claiming that one day we going to make it. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all these black leaders. And then we got Jesse Jackson. We ain't heard from him in a while. We got Al Sharpton who sold us out. We don't have any more black leaders. That's why we all over the place. There are no black leaders. It's a wrap. Obama was not a black leader. Obama was just another cat they threw up in there just to pacify black people and keep them mixed up. And then he sent to somebody with a half a bit of sense, and we cussed at him. Look at the gas prices now. Look at the economy now. Black folk always being used, man. Been used since slavery. They continue to think that they're free because they're on Facebook doing this and showing themselves out and showing what they got and showing what they got. And they own nothing. Owning a house, I keep telling people, black folks think they own a house, they got everything. Black people think they got real estate, they got everything. You got nothing. You surely didn't have anything when this doggone China virus came because you wasn't getting paid. I know. I got a homie who owned properties in Philly. He's like, man, I'm glad I got rid of them joints just in time because he knew he wasn't going to be getting no money. And you don't own the land. If you don't own the land, you don't own the property. Now, there are people who are smart and buy land. That's why Queen Elizabeth and the royal family they own a big house, of course. They got their own big castle because they own all the land. The money is in the land. The money ain't in what you put on the land. When you go out and buy a freaking $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 Land Rover, $80,000 Land Rover, and you think you done made it, miss a couple payments. Let's see what happened to that car. Had to put it in the shop because your warranty didn't take care of it. You got to put it in the shop. They know black people work that way. Give them something big, get them stuck, and they got to give it back, and then they made money. They give me with interest every month, but I'm running the business. You'll never know I'm running the business because I don't really talk about it that much. But that's what I do. So when people see all the guitars I have, my studio and all that stuff, and how I drive and how I live, and I'm still working, that's how I do. I own everything I have. This a mass of thousands of dollars worth of guitars. I own these. These are mine. Mine. And the government can't take them. Because They might be just where I live at, might be on the land, but I don't care about the land. I pack my joints up and move them somewhere else because they're mine. My studio is mine. You know, I don't own the car, but I don't care about owning a car because I lease a car. I'm not dumb. I'm not going to buy a car. I'm going to lease the car. Black folk been manipulated for a long time. I've been trying to help y'all out, and a lot of you listen, a lot of you don't. You still just want to base yourself on what you got now, one day at a time. Live your day. And I ain't got no problem with that. Live your day to the utmost every day. That's right. Because it might be your last day. You don't know. You live it to the utmost trying to live righteously, though. Not touting what you got and what I have and look at me. I got all these guitars, but I'm a musician. I play them. They're not up here just for me to look at. You know, I got 4 albums out. I've done 8 albums altogether. I got 4 in the market for you to buy. Stop. Don't play me like that, man. I ain't gonna let them play me like that. They can take away everything from me. I still got this. I still got my heart. I still got the heavenly. Bring me through it. A lot of you ain't got nothing but yourselves. You make yourself gods. So that in the middle of the night when you crying, when something went wrong, a relationship done went bad, your man done left you, your man done cheated on you, your girl done cheated on you, all of a sudden you can't make the payment, something done happened, you don't have no Aflac to back you up, you got to sell stuff to get surgery. I got a guy want to sell me a guitar because he need to get surgery on his hand. He don't have no health care. So he want to sell a guitar to get surgery on his hand. It just goes to show you, man, you own nothing. What you need to own is this. You need to own this. You need to own this. That's what you need to own. Stop playing yourself on Facebook and Twitter and all this stuff. Okay, if it's good you running a business, that's fine. But just putting yourself up there, you don't working out or looking cute. You one day from not working out, you one day from not looking cute. Then what you gonna do? You gonna fall off the map. So all I got to say is, from Fred Sanford, good times. Archie Bunker in the middle, letting you know, a lot of white folks still don't like you. Yet again, we'll like you enough to get you to a deluxe apartment in the sky. And then we'll give you Bill Cosby. As soon as Bill Cosby say, I want to buy into NBC, I want to buy NBC. You want to do what? Nigga? Let me help you out with that quest that you have. You want to come and buy NBC? Let me show you what a jail cell is, and let me bring up 20 women all of a sudden that's going to say you raped them. Oh, yeah. What now? What? Now the man is 90 years old in jail, and he's still surviving. Deluxe apartment in the sky.